right, our correctest listener, now they welcome to today's show. Now PJA speak again. We don't carry come your way today again. And now today we need to know about the prophet the more. So today, not only me there for a talk show today. Now me and Papa, now me and Daddy, Ogbege Daddy, our spiritual onokomita, Prophet Joel Atoma, now me and I for today's show. Daddy, they very welcome for today. They very welcome. I know say some people don't prepare their mind because anytime when you climb stage like this, now another opportunity for us to learn. And for ministers where they follow us today, now for una to know about how Papa take come this every day. So I take it show day for you will be minister, you will the watchers will be priest, and you get that calling for your life. The opportunity for you to grow more. Daddy, they're very welcome. We're very excited to get here. Daddy, you're welcome, sir.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much. You see, Daddy, they always get one way to say thank you, and that thank you the full heart. Daddy will love you. So Daddy, I don't take the whole of your time. I know say today they're very busy. So I just want to ask you now, where were you born and where were you raised? Like some people don't they ask me, just like say you don't even born prophet. Say prophet just from heaven come down. Bah. So me, I don't say they born prophet. So Daddy, tell us about it.
I was born in Libreville, Gabon.
Okay, Libreville.
Yes, and Libreville happened to be the state capital of Gabon, in Central Africa. And I was born on the 15th of February, 1992.
Wow.
And I was raised through the hands and auspices of many. I've stayed in Port Harcourt with my then parents who were working in Port Harcourt with
your then parents.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because in all my life I have had stages of having different parents at different times, apart from my biological parents.
Oh my God.
Yes, not having to have stayed with them. I was brought back to Nigeria at the age of 1, and I stayed with my auntie as at then at Ololen. We stayed there from Ololen. We came back to World Bank in 1995. Towards
the journey of being a prophet at this age, I never even started the road far like
yeah. So I stayed in World Bank. For World Bank, I stayed with my uncle who was being made then the Commissioner for Sports and Special Development.
Wow.
Yes, we stayed in Opera Avenue for the first tenure and the second tenure, and then from there we returned back to World Bank. For World Bank, I made my way to Okigwe, where I schooled the Federal Government College Okigwe.
Wow.
So I stayed with my uncle there. Having went through experiences over there because they were selling bar. Yeah.
Lot experience.
They were into.
Oh, you worked in a bar?
Yes, I did for 2 years plus.
Jesus. Can you imagine our own prophet of all time worked in a bar?
Yeah.
And this actually did not affect the fact that you were a prophet and now the calling is still in you, Daddy.
Yes.
Wow.
I worked in the bar because we that's what we use for feeding at that place. So we come back from school around 4 p.m. and then you have to go sometimes 2 p.m. we are back from school, and then you have to go to the shop and stay till around 11, 12 o'clock before they close the bar then, and then we'll return back home. So I stayed from there, from Okigwe. I went to Lagos.
You went to Lagos?
Yes, I stayed with my uncle. Then from Lagos I went to Ibadan, where I stayed with another uncle.
Oh my God.
Yes, from Ibadan.
Daddy, your life is a life of uncles.
yes. From there I went to Abuja, where I stayed with another family friend of ours.
Okay.
And I've literally moved to most of the majority of the states, living with one person or the other at every given time. So my upbringing was a collection of many ideas, philosophies, and principles.
Wow.
That has molded me today.
Wow. So this one are the first person waiting for this talk show today. Say you and your mama no leave, no be the reason why you go fuck up for your life. Make I tell you, even prophet had to pass through a lot of things, and when he was passing through it, if they use that opportunity, they gather experience. So people they say that they use that opportunity to gather suffering. Now experience to be that thing waiting for life that you will celebrate once again. So then the way you take talk this and talk from finish now, you know if you realize say you don't really know when you and your biological parents did. From the two way you tell me now. So, who are actually your parents?
Okay, I'm privileged to be born to the family of Atoma.
Wow.
Yes,
Atoma.
From Obohia Ubibere in Ikwano local government. The names of my parents are Pastor and Prophetess Ikoma Regina Atoma. That's for my mom and for my dad.
Wow.
My dad is a pastor, so pastor.
He's a prophetess.
Yes.
He's a lineage.
Yes, God has
we can trace it now.
God has helped us.
Wow.
And then my father is a pastor, Elder Okechukwu Isaac Atoma. So both of them are still residents over there in Gabon.
Oh, they're still based in Gabon?
Yes.
How come you're making this big wave in Nigeria? Of course, you weren't born like you were born in Gabon, and you just came over here in Nigeria, like with your parents, and you're making such a big wave. Like, it's mind blowing.
I don't really see the big waves, but I don't see the big waves.
But we can feel it. We can feel it ourselves.
Okay, I can't tell, but for me, our parents has often told us that we should know that the reason why they are there is to make sure we don't lack over here, and
Wow.
so we should be able to make them proud and let them know that whatever they are going through over there is not in vain. So when they come back, they want to see the testimonies of their labor, and I think that's what we are trying to do as the children, the family.
All right. I hope you are still connected with us now. Don't allow anybody distract your attention from this way we talk. So Daddy, again, one question I want to ask now. Which of the childhood experience will be say you pass through will help shape you enter with the way your life dey now? Because you know, so when you live with auntie go, you know, some auntie they maltreat, some uncle they maltreat. So which of the childhood experience where you get now will shape you enter being the correctest prophet wey we get for time? Wey be say your onokumita eye you open clear, you know they do mistake, Daddy.
I think I will bring in something that I cannot really explain.
Okay.
And that is called the G factor, the God factor in a man.
Wow.
Yes. I cannot lay my hands strategically on any turning point, but I know that that is the God factor in my life. When I look through my life and the spiritual encounters that I've had to have because of the people I followed, the people I listened to, irrespective of the environment I found myself in, I knew that there was something more about me.
Okay.
And I would need to work hard, remain focused, remain committed, and then I believe that what separates me from the point where I want to be is just time factor if I can be focused and committed.
Wow. Father just said it all. He said, now time be the separate them. And he said, irrespective of the place where he see himself, in get mindset of what God don't plan for your life. So what you yourself carry for your mindset now another thing. That is, you understand?
Yes.
Some people say because they see themselves for a bar, they don't turn to say they are God plan suffering for them. But the eye and the man way you take accept how your life day today, and say go take turn out for you tomorrow. Yeah. You see? Also, don't tell you, see. I didn't get things when they follow, things when they listen, when they can be you in be today. So that I want to ask you now. You say you get people where they listen to. Yeah. So who are your spiritual parents? People where they listen to.
Okay, my spiritual parents, their names are Prophets and Prophetess Roots and Emmanuel Makandiwa.
Wow.
Yes.
That name doesn't sound like a Nigerian name.
No. They're from Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe?
Yes, they're from Zimbabwe. And they run the United UFIC Church over there in Zimbabwe.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. How did you manage to cope with, like, your spiritual father I know from Nigeria? Almost all the uprising pastors, prophets in Nigeria, like we know, they have their roots in Nigeria here. How come? How do you manage to cope? And it's somehow like, can you explain more? Like,
the problem people have with the name spiritual fatherhood is that they've not tried to understand what spiritual is. When you say you have a biological parents, it means that it is a blood connection, it's a DNA connection between you and your parents. If you say you have a physical father, it means you can see the person physically.
Okay.
The word spiritual means is not something that can be seen with the physical eyes.
Wow.
And so he's my spiritual father, and he knows that he's my spiritual father. And every transaction that we need to run also needs to be in the spirit. And so I have no problem with that at all. He talks to me, he gives me advice, he gives me instruction, because he is a spiritual father. A spiritual father should be able to communicate to the children or to the child spiritually.
Wow. So, say you get spiritual father and I don't know where they see every time wrong, go meet and for advice. Are you sure your spiritual life is growing with it like that? You see how Papa take the growing on. You know they see the spiritual father physically. Because he's a spiritual father, they talk to him spiritually. That according to what you said.
Yes, because the connection is there.
Yes, the connection is there.
The bonding is there.
The bonding.
The belief system is there.
Wow.
So I don't have any problem with that.
Wow. Daddy, I am very, very educated from what I'm hearing now. This time now don't give me a new idea of what spirituality actually means. So Daddy, do you really have hobbies? Like, me, as I see you now, I'm not sure. Say, you know,
I'm a football lover.
Hey,
Yes,
daddy,
yes, I'm a football lover. If not for the call, I think I would have played football.
football.
Yes.
You know, personally for me, of all things, I not choosing that football you go choose. I think say if I say, do you have a hobby? You go say yes. You love praying, you love worshiping. How come a prophet now say he loves football?
I enjoy football. I played football for 15 years of my life. Yes, that long.
Sure say Ronaldo play this 6 years, daddy.
So I love football. I love video games, football video games, and I love movies. I just have about 3 or 4 that I watch all my life, and any decision I want to take in life are centered around those 4 movies. Whenever I pick them up, I'm able to find what I'm looking for.
Wow. Wow. So daddy, spending 15 years in football and with your kind of hobbies you have has nothing to do with the calling now, from what I'm seeing now. So then when do you begin the ministry?
I think my ministry started from my mother's womb.
Wow. Daddy, sorry talk now, it's complicated. He said he spent 15 years in football, and he also said now that his ministry started from his mother's womb. Daddy, can you explain?
All right. My mother gave me some history down the memory lanes of what it looks like carrying me in her womb.
Okay.
I started the message of the prophetic in her womb, giving her prophetic messages.
From the womb?
Yes. And,
wow.
She had spiritual encounters when she was carrying me in the womb.
Wow.
Angels visited her, giving her the name Joel.
Oh, the angels gave her the name Joel?
Yes, yes. My mom's father worked with the state government as at then, so he was the chief of the people in the government as at then.
Okay.
Cooking for the then governor of the state. So my mom, they were in government house, and then one of the days, according to what she told me, one of the days she was studying the book of Joel, and while she was studying the book of Joel, she never knew she was already pregnant as at then. And then an angel walked into the room and told her that she's going to have a baby boy.
Oh my
and the name of the baby boy should be called Joel. And so I started that walk because the Bible said, Jeremiah said to Jeremiah, before you were conceived in your mother's womb, I knew you and I called you and ordained you a prophet.
Yes.
So my prophetic message and my prophetic walk began before the conception was even made known to my mom.
Wow.
So from then onwards, I knew that everything that God had done in my life is to make sure I end up where I am today.
Yeah, that did not continue actually. I think anybody where they hear us, you need to go back to your house and ask your mama how you take born me. What happened when they born me? How you take do? You see, imagine your birth and the process is a lot more mystery than what I thought it was. The mystery behind it is beyond like what we are seeing now. So everybody where they hear us after this message now, go back house, go meet your mama, say, mommy, how I take do when I dey womb? How I take on this life? I think the history your mom told you played a very big role in your life.
Yeah.
Yes, it did. So, Daddy, I have another question now. The way things that happen now, if you know be what you plan. So, being a full-time minister, was it your initial plan? Like, now what you been planned before? After playing ball, loving football, movies, and a lot of things, playing video games, I think your plan should be being in Chelsea, playing. I think Chelsea should be your best club, Daddy.
Yeah, I'm a Chelsea fan.
I'm
a Chelsea fan.
Wow, he's a Chelsea fan. So I think you should have been thinking of being one of the best stars in Chelsea. So is being a pastor your food, like a prophet, your plan for life?
I must say this. I never had any plan. Yes. I had a very rough upbringing and experience.
Yes, I believe that, sir.
And I came to a point where I said to God, if you can make use of nothing, then make use of me.
Oh my God.
I got to understand that I was created and designed. The information that was handed over to me was not a too pleasant information. And I struggled, growing up to have an identity. And from the little experiences I had, I discovered that God can self-make a man.
Wow, God can self-make a man.
So I latched onto that and I said to him, I was reading a book about Kathryn Kuhlman there. I felt I had a similar story with hers, and I said to God, if you can use nothing, then use me. So my purpose and plans was not of something to be considered or something to be put into place. No, I just told God, whatever He wanted to use me to do, no problem. So if it was a mechanic, I would have been fine. If it was a tailor, I would have been fine. Whatever He wanted, because I came to the junction of my life where I felt I was nothing. And if I was nothing, then I need to give myself to something, to add up to becoming something in life. So it was, I just left my life for God and asked Him to take absolute decision in any way of my life. And whatever He has said to me from then till today, I have tried to do and keep to them.
Wow. I hope you're learning from this interview. And actually now we're going to take a break so you can think of what we've said now. Cool down, carry your daughter the right down. As we go this break now, before we come back, maybe say don't gather some of the information. So we will come back here. Don't forget, say na PJA speaks today on to not allow anybody distract you. We'll see us back in a minute.